Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of our subject, CDI 5 Technical Report Writing. And the subject, you need to prepare yourselves because we'll be working on several activities, especially since the subject focuses on police report writing. We'll cover the basic of police reports, both informal and formal reports, and familiarize ourselves with important terminologies used in investigative reports. As an early heads up, by the middle of the semester, you'll be asked to work in groups to create PowerPoint presentations. You'll also act as a police investigators, handling different simulated crime cases assigned to your group. Don't worry, I'll provide you with proper formats and guidance along the way. I am also planning to invite experienced police investigators and professionals to review your outputs. They are experts in both investigative report writing and English grammar, so you'll get valuable feedback from them. At least now, you have an idea of what to expect of this subject. I hope you're excited for what's ahead. Our first topic for discussion is the title of this subject itself, Technical Police Report Writing. To help us better understand what this means, we will start by defining the following terms. First is the uh, what is technical writing? No, technical writing is defined as communication using specific terminology in fields like criminal justice. In the context of criminal justice, technical writing involves using specific terminology like chain of custody, probable cause, reasonable certainty of conviction, affidavit, or warrantless arrest, and many more. It includes also in preparing formal documents such as incident reports, investigation, summaries, affidavits, police blotters, and legal memoranda. In other words, technical writing is a form of communication that conveys specialized information in a clear, concise, and objective manner. It is commonly used not only in criminal justice or in law enforcement, but also in medicine, engineering, and the military, where accuracy, clarity, and the correct use of technical terms and procedures are crucial. This means that technical writing is applicable across various professions where accurate and detailed technical reports are important. The specific terminology referred to here is known as jargon. So what is jargon? Jargon consists of specialized words used primarily in police reports, which are understood mainly by investigators and legal practitioners. For example, terms like in flagrante delicto or caught in the act, writ of habeas corpus, mala ense, and mala prohibita. These are legal jargons commonly found in police documentations. Professionals from other fields such as um, engineering, education, or accounting may not understand these terms unless they look up their meanings. Next is police report. Next is police report writing. Police report writing is considered a form of technical writing that requires special skills and techniques as reports are essential to criminal investigations and prosecutions. These reports are essential tools in law enforcement because, number one, they provide an official record of incidents, crime, arrests, or investigations. Number two, it helps other officers, detectives, prosecutors, and courts understand what happened. Then, number three, it serves as evidence in court cases. And number four, it assists in tracking criminal activity and ensuring accountability. Take note, good police reports are clear, factual, objective, and concise. They avoid opinions, no, take note this one. They avoid opinions, assumptions, or unnecessary details. The goal is to present the facts logically and in chronological order so anyone reading the report can understand the incident clearly. I will give you the key elements of a police report. Okay, these are the key elements of police report. Date and time. This is about the when the incident occurred, location, where the incident happened, persons involved, the names, descriptions, roles, victims, suspects, witnesses, description of the incident, a factual account of what happened, then the action taken, what the officer did in response, or the action taken of the police officers, evidence collected, no, any physical evidence or documentation during the crimes processing, the statements, quotes, or summaries from involved parties or witnesses, and this can be also the motive of incident. No, this key elements of police report is somewhat like the cardinal points of investigation. Okay, dito naman sa police report writing, it is very important that the person who is making the report knows the field notes taking. So what is this field notes taking? Okay, field notes taking are a valuable tool for anyone working the field who needs to gather and analyze information. By taking detailed and accurate field notes, you can ensure that your work is well documented, insightful, and effective. In the next episode, we will cover the cardinal points of investigation, which are essential for effective field note taking. No, naituro ko na ito sa CDI 1 ninyo, but we will just review. No? I will teach techniques on how to gather data, such as when responding to incidents or handling complaints from clients reporting at the police station. Okay? Next is we will define what is a police report. Police report is the formal documentation of an incident that occurs and is taken by a police officer. No? It is mainly used by the police department, court personnel, and the victim of the crime. A police report is always written from the perspective of the officer who initially respond to the call. Dito naman sa police reports, may tinatawag na informal and formal reports. To help you understand this type of report better, here's a short explanation. Okay, first we will discuss what is informal reports. Informal reports are brief, less detailed accounts usually written for internal police use only. No? They might document minor incidents, routine activities, or preliminary observations. Informal reports often serve as quick updates or notes that may later be expanded into formal reports if necessary. I will give you example of informal reports. No? Example includes, number one is the daily activity logs. What is this daily activity logs? Daily activity logs often include both administrative duties. So sinabi natin administrative duties, no? Just like attending daily personal accounting or the so-called day par. Every police officers whether you are commissioned officers or non-commissioned officers, you are required to attend the PAR. No? Every morning to ginagawa sa police station. And operational tasks. Pag sinabi natin operational tasks, uh, this is about the deployment and supervising patrols. Recording these activities helps keep track or what officers did throughout the day, ensuring accountability and proper coordination. So that is the number one example of informal reports. No? Next is incident summaries with no criminal offense. Usually, uh, it refers to non-crime incident. No, in police station, especially in the entry of a blotter in the blotter system. No, there is a separate no incident that you are going to record in that particular blotter system. No, the so-called non-crime incident and uh, crime incident. So this incident summaries with no criminal offense no belong to non-crime incidents. No, just like for example, loss of wallets, personal belongings, complaints, minor accidents with no criminal liability, disturbances or public nuisance that don't involve a crime. No? They are typically documented through informal reports or incident summaries since they do not involve criminal charges but still requires police attention and record keeping, no? Kahit nga yung mga nawawalang aso minsan pinapa-blatter pa doon sa police station and nabilong yun sa mga non-crime incidents. So these are considered as incident summaries with no criminal offense. And these are examples of informal reports. Number three examples include preliminary notes, no, before a full investigation. Ayaw mag-next. Okay, ito na. Preliminary notes before a full investigation are initial observation and details recorded by an officer at the scene of an incident before conducting a formal in-depth investigation. These are often handwritten in a field notebook or informal log while responding to a call or during the early stages of an incident. For information, every police officer, mayroon yung mga tickler, no, tickler. So, upon responding an incident, no, this tickler will be used for notes taking. No, this usually include time and date of arrival at the scene, location of the incident, names of person involved, no, with the victim, suspect, witnesses, a brief description of what happened, immediate actions taken, no, initial observation about the scene or surroundings. These preliminary notes are important because they preserve facts while they are fresh. No? They serve as a guide when preparing a formal detailed report later. No? They ensure nothing important is forgotten as the situation progress. So, yan po ang examples of informal reports. Okay? So, if you have questions, no, you can directly uh, message me, no, for further explanation about this matter. And we will proceed to what is formal reports. Formal reports are detailed, comprehensive, and official documents that thoroughly describe an incident or crime. They are usually prepared after a complete investigation and are used as evidence in court or for official records. Formal reports include all relevant facts, witness statements, evidence collected, and actions taken by the police. Now, examples include crime reports. Now, for example, when there is a robbery incident, assault, no, or whatever incident, shooting incidents, no, arrest reports, what else? Investigation reports, and many investigative reports, no? Those are examples of formal reports. Okay? Next is, so I hope you get the difference between informal reports and formal reports. It's somewhat like informal reports of those, somewhat like a preparation, no, for you to make formal reports, no. Informal report is somewhat like a initial report that you are drafting, no, before you will make a formal report. Okay? So actually, ang paggawa ng report, no, when it comes to crime incidents, magsisimula talaga yan sa police blotter, no? And the cardinal points of investigation is crucial in this particular reporting. And we will have a separate discussion about that matter. Okay? So, next is we will define technical police report writing. So, what is technical police report writing? Technical police report writing is a specific type of report writing used by law enforcement officers to document incidents, investigations, and arrests. It differs from general report writing in its focus on providing clear, concise, and objective details about the events, evidence, and procedures involved. Okay, we will explain further how it differs from general report writing. Okay, number one, police report writing focuses on facts, evidence, and legal procedures. Unlike general reports, which may include, no, you take note that one, opinions. So, ibig sabihin, in report writing, opinions, no, are not included, or analysis, no, while in police report writing, no, the report must be clear, objective, and based only on what actually happened. So, hindi pwede na gagawa ka ng yung parang imagination. Yung report mo is factual. Okay? So, yun po ang kaibahan doon sa general report writing. Number two, no, it follows a structured and formal format. Yes, sabi ko nga kanina, mayroon tayong mga formats na susundin dito, especially in making memorandums. No? Ituturo ko, there is a separate discussion about that matter. And this structured and formal reports are used in investigations, court proceedings, and official police records. Yes, those reports are used in legal proceedings, no, in court, no, because your reports will be submitted to first in the prosecutor's office, because the prosecutor will be the one to determine the so-called probable cause and certificate of conviction before the filing of information in court. Number three, accuracy and neutrality are critical because police reports may be examined by prosecutors. Yun ang sinasabi ko nila. Defense attorney, judges, and higher authorities. What is important is that in what is important in police report writing, in police report writing, that it ensures that incidents are properly documented. Okay? It provides a reliable reference for follow-up investigations. No? Siyempre, kung mayroong crime incident, especially kung hindi pa na-identify yung suspect, no, talagang magkakaroon ng mga follow-up investigations, no, and it serves as legal evidence in court. Siyempre, yung ginagawa mong report, no, the blotter, the spot report, the incident report, and arrest report, no, it serves as legal evidence in court, no, because this report will be an attachment, no, in filing cases. Next is it maintains transparency and accountability in police operation. In short, police report writing is a specific kind of technical writing within law enforcement designed to document facts and actions clearly and legally for official use. Okay, generally speaking, no, a technical police report is essential tool used by law enforcement officers to document incidents, investigation, and arrests. In police stations, any incident, no, whether it is a shooting, robbery, theft, or even a missing dog, must be properly recorded through a report. The that's why the technical report writing skills you learn in the subject are valuable, especially when you become full-fledged police investigators in the future. Becoming a police investigator isn't just about holding the title. No, it requires number one, commitment, discipline, and continuous learning. This job isn't something you master overnight. It involves training, education, guidance from mentors, and most importantly, the willingness to embrace new knowledge. Don't be content with what you already know. Seek advice from your seniors, study the reports, and build up a good professional relationships with prosecutors or fiscal. No? Dapat magkakaroon ka ng good rapport with them since they have deeper knowledge when it comes, no, to case elements that you'll eventually file in court. That's one of the lessons I personally learned in my experience, and it helped me a lot. Actually, this time, mayroon na tayong tinatawag na DC-20, no, the Department Circular of the DOJ na magkakaroon ng corroboration between prosecutors and investigators to build up a stronger case, no, especially in drug cases. Okay, so this marks the end of our subject introduction. Now let's proceed with your reaction papers for each PRB and your assignment research task. No, the same APA format applies, but starting today, no, but starting this semester, no, I'll be stricter with your formatting. Now, just take note. The font is Arial. Font size is size 14. Margins normal. No, as before, your class marker will place their initials on your outputs, and I'll check and assign points to your submissions. At the end of this semester, still you will compile your outputs just like we did previously. Okay? So, isusukban nyo pa rin yung mga research assignment tip, no? Lahat ng mga activities niyo para mayroon kayong remembrance at hindi mawawala yung mga activities niyo. For your research assignments, research the cardinal points of investigation and provide specific guidelines on how to gather data when investigating crime incidents. Number two, research the blotter flow chart used in police stations. No, you are required to draw and include and encode the flow charts. Number three, research and explain the following: what is police blotter, incident record form, or the so-called IRF, the A blotter system, CIRS, the crime information reporting system, the SPOT report, progress report. Number four, for each of these reports, find and include sample templates. Example for the police blotter, look for template or sample for the extract blotter. For the SPOT report, find a sample template as well. Do the same for the progress report and incident record form template. So those are your research assignments. And take note that all your outputs must be encoded. No? Thank you and more power.